Hello again, Algebra 1 students. We are back in our Unit 1 booklet. We are on Tier 2, Lesson 3, like fractions but positive and negative. So let's check off our booklet. Here we are, Lesson 3, like fractions but positives and negatives. So remember, whenever we're doing fractions, the very first thing that we must make sure we have is a common denominator. And remember, the denominator is the bottom of the fraction. And since these are like fractions, all of these have common denominators. So let's just start right in with our example number 1. Well, we know that our common denominator is going to be 8. So now with the numerators, which as a reminder, that's the top of the fractions, we just perform the operation as it's shown. So it has negative 2 plus 4. Well, if I have 2 negatives and 4 positives, the 2 of those negatives will cancel 2 of those 4 positives and leave me with 2 positives. So that is going to leave me with 2 eighths. And remember what I said, whenever that you have a fraction, you always want to reduce it. How do we reduce it? Well, we have to find what's called a greatest common divisor, GCD. And that is just a number that divides into both the numerator and the denominator. So the only number that I can think of besides 1 that divides into 2 and 8 is 2. So to reduce this, we want to divide the top by 2 and the bottom by 2, which would give us our final solution. 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 8 divided by 2 is 4. So that would give us our final solution to number 1. I'm going to shrink this now. Let's look at our example number 2, and we see that we have thirds. So our answer is definitely going to have thirds in the bottom of it. And if we look, the top is, the numerator has negative 9 minus negative 4. So on a number line, if we start at negative 9, and we're subtracting 4 more, we know we're going to go to the left. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, and that gets us to negative 13. So our numerator would be negative 13, and this is our solution. I'm going to shrink this now. Our last example, number 3, we have twelfths. So we know that our answer is going to, on the bottom, be twelfths. On the numerator side, we have 9 plus negative 13. So if we start on a number line and we start at positive 9 and we go back 13, that's back 9. That puts us at 0, but we still have to go back more. 10, 11, 12, 13. So that puts us back at negative 4. So our solution for the numerator part of this problem is negative 4. But if you think about the GCD of what can divide into 4 and 12, we know that 4 can go into 4 and 4 can also go into 12. I'm going to move this. So since 4 goes into both of these, we divide by 4 over 4. And negative 4 divided by 4 is just negative 1. And then 12 divided by 4 is 3. So the solution to this example is negative 1/3.